conversation with randomers. We active?
We're live and direct, boy.
We're live and direct?
It's the Hyperman set.
Oh shit, I didn't know we were live and direct. Right, let's get into it. Guys, welcome to the Dialed In by McGinn podcast. I'm out here with really great friend of mine, Taylor. Taylor, show yourself, brother.
What is happening, troops? Me and the big dog getting
Big
dialed
dog.
in.
Big
on
dog.
the walks and talks this beautiful morning, this beautiful
yeah.
Sunday morning.
Oh yeah, Taylor is a very good friend. He's a bodybuilder.
You gonna glass me up like that, bro?
Is that not a compliment?
I'd say so.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and Taylor have been. Taylor's actually filmed some of my content. I've filmed some of him. He's a coach too. And yeah, we just decided today we'd go for a walk, film each other's podcasts, have the crack. I just filmed Taylor's and I just asked him questions and I kind of probed him just about different things. And I was thinking, why doesn't Taylor do the same? So this is basically just going to be like a random conversation with me.
Two bros just shooting the shit.
Two bros
out
just
for a walk on a beautiful Sunday morning.
Yeah, just talking about personal development.
Absolutely.
What we all love. So, Taylor.
Yes, bro.
Do you want to take it off and we'll just get rock and rolling?
Absolutely. Yeah. Man, where do we start? You're putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
So, kicking things off.
Hello, guys.
Well, what's happening? Morning. So, getting stuck into it.
Yeah.
Me and the big dog here actually have a bit of a history. You might not know about this. Let me just walk forward here a little bit so we'll get this in.
Sure.
A little bit of history. This man used to work for PwC. Actually, so did I back in the day. We actually worked in the same department for a little bit. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. Well, on the podcast we just recorded there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am... We're two PwC has-beens. We're both online coaches. Yeah. We're two guys who are...
Two big melts.
Two big mouths. That's probably an accurate description. My family would definitely agree with that anyway.
Yeah.
Two guys on a mission to become, I know it's a bit cringy, but to become the best versions of ourselves moving forward, and that's exactly what we're doing here.
Take our clients with us too.
And take our clients with us too.
Of course.
On a powerful journey. So let's deep dive into a little bit of what we were talking about before.
Yeah. At the end we were saying about rejection and like what it does for people. Like we were talking about times you've been rejected, I've been rejected.
Had my first share, yep.
Yeah, and any time I have faced rejection at all, and I don't mean like just like the random videos I do, like I mean real rejection that I faced in my life. Anytime I face that, like real shit, it hasn't just been like, all right, look for a silver lining. It has been the fuel that has changed my life.
Absolutely. And
that's what I was saying to Taylor, like it is, like I am so glad I have faced every single no. Every single thing that happened to me that's been shit. I'm so glad it happened because there was a time last year, I've never mentioned this before, or not last year, year and a half ago before I started the business, before I decided to start uploading social media, back when I was a degenerate and I was a waster and a wimp. Before I became a guru.
Holy fuck.
But there was
I'm about to walk in the opposite direction after hearing that. Fuck's sake.
I'm only joking. Guys, you know I take the piss.
Top G.
But there was a time last year when I actually was in the 9 to 5, getting paid a decent salary, had a really good social life, but I just wanted so much more. And I remember part of me actually wanted a relationship, and I took a few actions to stop being the wannabe playboy that I was and actually try to be good and try to get into like a decent relationship with someone. And I got rejected a few times, and it was those rejections that actually they're the sole reason that I started coaching. They're the sole reason I started uploading things. And if that ever happened to me, I might be in a relationship right now, I'd still be in the 9 to 5, I'd be comfortable.
Yeah.
But I would still be listening to people online coaches. I'd be scrolling. I'd probably see your content, Taylor, and I would be a bit pissed off because I would always know in the back of my head that I could have done something else. And it would have just been complete and utter wasted potential. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah, and it's just, like, I was thinking of this as well. I would be walking past clients that I have now in the street, going to my 9 to 5. I would have never knew who they were.
Yeah.
You know, I would have had zero impact on them. And it makes me just so happy that I got rejected, that I faced rejection. So, and I was saying this to Taylor, like, any rejection at the time, anything shit, it is going to feel bad.
Yeah.
It
so,
is,
like, whenever you, sorry to interject
no,
there,
that's what you're here
whenever you were initially going through that rejection,
yeah.
what thoughts were going through your head at the time? Because, like, obviously we were talking there about things that have happened, like, recently between the both of us. And I remember, like, I dealt with one, like, a few months back, and it hit me quite hard because I wasn't really used to, being in that position.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to get over. And I want to hear a little bit more about you, about your insights into what feelings you were having at that time. And that version of you who was just going through that initial rejection. Maybe you felt a little bit, worthless, like nobody wants you, that sort of things. Tell me a little bit about that, because I'm sure the people that are listening will really want to hear about that.
Yeah, I didn't feel good enough.
Boom.
I felt like, despite getting what I wanted before was, I wanted a good social life. I got that. I wanted a great group of friends, which I got, which was amazing. I had a good job, and I was just unhappy. I was really unhappy, and the question was, what was I thinking?
Yeah, that initial thought process when it was just fresh, just happened.
Yeah, like, my initial thought process was that this is shit, this is horrible, I'm worthless. And, like, of course it comes from an insecurity.
Yeah.
Like, vast majority of change, I think, comes from insecurity. Would you agree?
Absolutely, 100%. Like, we all feel like we're humans, we need to have a purpose, we need to feel wanted as individuals. Yeah. Otherwise, we're just going through the emotions. Like, I remember, like, when I first started training, it was because, well, a number of different reasons, but one of the main ones was because I felt that I didn't have a purpose. Like, I didn't feel that I was going anywhere. So it sort of ties into, do you know that Maslow hierarchy of needs thing?
Yeah.
Sense of belonging. Yeah. That we all want as humans, and we all, like, it's one of the needs that we have. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, exactly, and that's definitely why I got into training myself, because I was never great at sport. Not really going for me. I was a bit outshadowed by my younger brother, and whenever I got abs, that was the first
win.
Yeah, the first win, the first
shredded
respect.
McGinn dog.
Yeah.
With the cheese grater abs.
Yeah.
No chance of them coming out this summer, no?
No. First summer where I'm properly bulking through it.
Bulking, he's putting the effort in over summer. Takes years dedication. But if you want the results long term, it's gonna mean that you're gonna have to be in discomfort for certain periods of time. Would you agree?
Yeah, exactly. And Taylor, I hope this wind isn't ruining the audio, by the way.
It, we'll be alright.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We got the wind break.
I'll just stand in front of you anyway. I'll just block it all.
With the fucking delts.
Fucking do a lot of pose here. Just fucking block all the wind in front of you.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of chill now, so we should be fine. But
should be sweet, yeah.
Yeah, like Taylor, the rejections don't stop. Like, the rejections do not stop, no matter what stage of life you're in. Mm-hmm. And if you think of the person you want to be in 6 months' time, in a year's time, they're going to get rejected too. And people just have this idea that there's, like, this perfect spot they can be on earth.
Yeah.
Where, like, there's no problems, there's no rejections, there's no discomfort. It's just cocktails by the beach.
Yeah.
But that doesn't exist.
That's so true.
Like, you're in a 9 to 5, there's going to be problems. You run a business, there's going to be problems. No matter what you're doing, there will be problems. So you just literally have to embrace that rejection. You know? Here, Taylor, I think the camera's on the floor.
I'm fucking looping about here. We've been walking for so long, and fucking bro's calories are that low, I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack here. Call the mountain rescue here on me. Fuck's sake.
All good. If I was paying you, you'd be fired, but I'm not paying you.
Oh, sweet, bro.
No, I just seen the camera go on the floor. I was like, oh,
Fucking drop it.
But no, so like, the reason I'm saying this, and the reason we were talking about it is because like, if you're going through rejection, if you're going through shit, realize there's a lot more shit and rejection you need to go through to get where you want to go. But the only way that you feel is if you completely give up on yourself. Right now, if you're in the gym, you're not getting the gains you want. Right now, if you're in the dating scene, you're not getting the woman you want. If you're starting a business, but you're not getting the return on investment that you want. Like, you haven't failed yet.
Yeah.
You have not failed. The only way you fail is if you stop. So, you just have to be an unstoppable force. Like, no one can fight you in that way. People can fight you, but they're not going to stop you. You know?
100%.
Someone could beat you up, but if you just get up again, you haven't lost. It's only if you tap out. So are you going to tap out?
What advice would you give to someone who is on the verge of tapping out? Who's just has had enough? They think they've gone, they think they've put the effort in, they think they've tried, they want to tap out. What would you say to that person?
That I would say that right now you're at a point where tapping out and the idea of tapping out is easier than the idea of doing what you're doing, because what you're doing feels like it isn't working and you feel like a failure because you're doing something, you're not getting the return you want. But like, people are so, they just need everything so fast.
Yeah.
People are so used to, oh, I'm bored. Open my phone, instant entertainment.
Instant gratification, boom.
Yeah, instant, I'm bored. That's completely fine. You have a phone in your pocket which is going to completely conceal that boredom, and it's going to give you the exact content that you want, the exact content that agrees with you. But so then when it comes to actually like getting something more, you won't be getting the instant gratification, and you'll be like, all right, this isn't working, it's time to screw on.
Yeah.
It's time to give up. But you just have to fucking keep showing up. You know, like I was uploading for months and months and months and months fitness content before I got my first client. And I could have uploaded for a month, oh, this isn't working, and then gave up. But like, where would I be then? I'd still be in the same position. So of course, refine, change up your approach, but like, giving up gets you nowhere. And yeah, it's like, what's the word? We were saying it earlier. It's not, what was that word? It's protest behavior.
Protest behavior. Ooh.
You're protesting the result that you're not getting. You know, but there's a real reason why you're not doing what you need to do. Is it that you're not clear on your why? Is it that you are afraid of rejection? Is it that you are afraid of failure? Is it that you don't believe you can do it? Because that's a valid belief. A lot of people don't believe they can do it. I didn't believe, and I'm sitting here like, oh, I'm exactly where I want to go. I want to be. I'm not. But if I look at me a year and a half ago, I wouldn't have thought I'd be where I am now. But the reason I actually got the belief that I could do it was because I surrounded myself with people that did it. You know? Like,
so, sorry, if we were to circle back to that version of you who didn't have that self-belief, who maybe their why wasn't strong enough, so that didn't give them enough of a reason to go on and change, what did that version of you need to hear to find his purpose, to find that why? What would have pulled him out of the gutter back then?
Great question. What would pull him out of the gutter? That, look at the alternative. Look at, what's the alternative? The alternative is sitting, getting old, scrolling, not remembering your best years because you just sat there feeling sorry for yourself. Or you can put in a bit of work, show up for yourself in the gym, business, whatever it is.
Boom.
You're always going to remember the work you put in. You know what I mean? And you want to look back and you want to be proud of yourself. And like, even if next week something happened and I failed miserably and I lost everything, I can still look back and be proud because I know I gave it everything. You know?
Absolutely.
So, like, do you want to look back at you when you were 20, 25, 30, when you were fit, when you were healthy and you could have done these things, and be like, why didn't I do this? I lost my one chance. I had one chance. Because you do only have one chance. You know what I mean? Of course, people will say if you don't make it in your 20s, you can make it in your 30s. You don't make it in your 30s, you can make it in your 40s. Yes, of course. So if you're 40 right now, start now. But the only time you can start is now. You can't start next year because you don't have control of next year. You don't know what's coming up next year. Mm-hmm. You can say, oh, I'm gonna start that business when I finish university. I'm gonna start that business after I've got another year on my CV, because then I'll have the safety. But you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, like, opportunities do get missed. Like right now,
speed wins.
Speed wins.
Speed wins.
Speed wins. Like right now, if you want to build personal brand, if you want to build your shape up, you know right now that you're in the fittest, healthiest shape that you are, and you can't guarantee a fucking year's time that you will be. Something could happen to your mum, your dad, to your family. You might have to be home and help them out. You don't know, like, your granny could go nuts. Your granny could go crazy. You need to help her out. My granny already has. Have you seen my granny on my...
Mate, anyone goes crazy if they spend too much time with you, fuck's sake.
have you seen my granny?
I haven't, mate, no.
On my story, no.
I think I might have seen one, mate, but I mean, I can't really judge someone off of one story. You know, I'm not that type of guy, you know.
Yeah, I just melt her, like. You know, I've put that woman. She sends me random in. She's a doom scroller. She'll sit at dinner table.
She's a doom scroller? Oh, yeah. Mate.
And then she'll send me...
Woman needs to download Opal ASAP.
You know what she needs to download?
What?
The Dialed In by me getting up. And get in the gym, you know? But like, what was I saying? Yeah, so like, there is no better time than now. Like, and saying this to the young one last year, whoever's listening to this. Hello guys.
Well, how's it going?
But yeah, there will never be a better time. Because right now, the only thing you know about is now. Right now we know that you can, if you have a message or you're into something, you can find your people through social media.
Yeah.
In 6 months' time, social media could be cut down. Or only like celebrities can use social media. You know, like, we live in a time where it's the most easiest to build wealth. It's the most easiest to get into shape. Gyms are cheap as fuck, you know. There's plenty of great coaches online, like me and you, Taylor, as well. Like, there's no better time to make a change than right now when you know you can. So like, the way I see it, imagine me last year, you last year, Taylor.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? This next year I'm just gonna coast. I'm just gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna wait until there's a better time. Like, you'd still be in the same position.
Yeah, facts.
And you would know that there's a better version of you in an alternate universe that actually did the thing. Oh, you alright? You alright there?
No, I'm good. Got the sturdy mountain boots on, by. We are.
Maybe if you go in front, it'd be easier just for you, because it's like a single path here now.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's always going to be that better version of you. And I know how I'm coming across right now. I'm probably coming across as like...
Yeah, that's a good point, because like, I remember there would have been a version of me back in the day that would have heard the likes of me and you talking and be like,
yeah,
what a bunch of fucking dicks, like, what a bunch of dicks coming in here with this self-help shite. But like,
this is what I said to my staff earlier this week. You know, I sound like I'm all up my own whole saying staff, but this is what I said to a few people who help me out with my business now. This is what I said to them this week. I was setting things up for them. Exactly what I said to them. We live in a time, a day and age, where obesity is at an all-time high. More people die of overeating than undereating, which is shocking. In the first world, sorry. Obesity is at an all-time high.
True.
Fucking depression is at an all-time high. Anxiety is at an all-time high. But at the same time, there's no easier way to get out of it. There's so much self-help. There's so much.
It's almost paralysis by analysis.
I
think you can, like, there's so much information these days where you don't, like, I've had this conversation with, you know, clients have consultation calls with individuals who feel that a lot of them sort of have a fair idea of what they need to do to get to where they want to go, but they're just completely swamped by all this information and they don't know who to trust. So another good question I'm going to pose to you is, if you were someone out there, as a lot of your listeners will be, someone who feel that they're destined for more, but they feel that they don't really know where to go to get the advice that they need. Obviously, follow you, that's the number one most important step.
Of course.
But like, how would you go about finding those persons of influence who are aligned with where they want to go and can help them along their journey? Hang on, fucking hell, this is going to be...
Sure, we did it earlier. We did it. Yeah, just down there.
Sorry, I
can't... You've got the mountain boots on.
I can't walk and think at the same time. I'm a man, I can't multitask. Oh, fucking hell.
You can do it.
I interrupted you at the worst possible time because I asked you a really important question there, so...
No, it's all good. Brother, this is all part of it. See, this is part of it too. People will wait till a perfect time, and me and you could have said, you know what, Taylor, let's rent out a fucking expensive studio to do a podcast, no distractions, high quality camera, or we just go on a nice wee walk.
We'll grab the phone, we'll grab the mountain boots, and we'll get fucking down and up this mountain.
And you know what? Rocks sometimes do get in the way. People sometimes do walk past. But that makes the journey. That's so much more fun that way. People say, oh, it needs to be perfect, but like, sometimes perfect is actually boring as fuck. Boom. And you'd rather do it the fun way, where there will be slip-ups, there will be, sometimes Taylor will be trying to walk over rocks, and he may struggle, but it adds to the journey, you know? And your question was, like, how does someone actually get themselves to the point where they can take action, basically?
Yeah, like, in terms of finding someone who already is where you want to go, how do you get to that position? Like, how do you find the people that are going to help you along your journey?
Of course. Just do me a favor, double check that the camera's still recording, because I forgot to put on flash.
Still recording here.
Still recording, yeah? No, that's fine then. No good, just because normally I put on flash, but I completely forgot today.
No worries.
Just so you can tell actually by the lens that it's recording. So yeah, as I was saying, I'll answer this question as well. We live in a day and age where it's so easy to be great, but it's also so easy to be fucking regular, because of the fact that you've got TikTok in your pocket, got Instagram Reels in your pocket, you've got instant dopamine that makes you feel like you're productive. Like, people will watch like productive videos, and that will actually itch the part of their brain that says you're being productive. So they'll actually stop them from doing what they should be doing. You know?
Absolutely.
So it's easy to be great because, like, you know ChatGTP?
Yeah.
You could literally put in, I want to start a clothing business. It will give you step-by-step breakdown of exactly what to do. Exactly what to do. And you could be like, all right, I want to reach out to like an influencer who has a good clothing business. Can you create me a message that will like help them to help me? Yeah. It will give you the exact email to send. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and this is in a second. Like, it's so easy.
But why do you think people aren't implementing? Why are they not using the tools that they have on hand to get to where they want to go? Because you said it's so easy to be great, but there are also a lot of people there who know that they're destined for more. So why is it that they are still stuck in that position and still not doing anything about it?
Two things: options and distractions.
Ooh, okay. So let's look at options number one.
Yeah.
Let's deep dive into that, and we can focus on how to limit distractions as number two.
Of course. So option-wise, let's say you want to get into shape. Let's use this as an example because we're both coaches here, right? You want to get into shape. Let's say this is Taylor of 10 years ago, back when you were 16. Sorry, we'll go 18. 18's a good age.
Yeah.
So you want to get, we'll go 20, right? You're 20.
Yeah.
You haven't been in the gym before. You want to get into shape. What do? Right, so you look online, you start watching fitness videos, and then TikTok, which understands you, will send you a bunch of fitness influencers to watch. Mm-hmm. Correct?
Absolutely.
And what happens then? Right, you get the likes of CrossFitters, you get High Rocks people coming up, you get people who do bodybuilding, you get people who have like a lifestyle approach to fitness, you have people who like there's just so many different options, you know? There's so many different ways you can get into shape. You have people who tell you to eat the carnivore diet. You have people who are hard gainers and tell you to just eat as much food as possible. People who tell you to lose weight first. People who tell you to build muscle first. There's so many options. And it's like, it's not just going to the gym. It's like, right, what do I do in the gym? There's just way too much, brother. So you just need to like, the options and distractions go in, because let's say you were like, right, I'm going to follow this influencer's free workout routine. Most free workout routines will work, but you'll be following that, then you'll see someone else, and then they'll tell you to do it a different way, and then that's where you have no direction. You're like going one direction, which is fine, but then you get dragged the other direction, and then you end up going nowhere. There's no destination.
Yeah.
So you have too many options. You need to pick one option, and you need to cut out distractions. So like,
so how do we go about doing that? So like, what are the things that you've implemented recently? We made the joke, obviously, there about your granny, about Opal, which is a really good app that I use.
yeah,
So that is one that I would recommend personally, because it's helped me a lot with reducing my screen time. I think it's only like, for the year it's like 90 quid, so save yourself
you
a
can get
night
a free
out.
version too.
Can you?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. So yeah, download Opal, limit the distractions. And what else would you recommend?
I got you, bro.
Oh fuck.
So,
So I just taking a big lunge there.
oh yeah.
Hopefully
all
my
good,
hammies
man.
don't bust on me.
All good. So, of course, you, me and you are similar in the fact we know like the cost of distractions. So let's say you're like working on something really important.
Well, as business owners, as we talked about this in my podcast there, if we don't work, we don't get paid. So sort of in our nature to limit distractions as much as we possibly can.
Yep, exactly. So you need to think as someone who has a purpose, who has a mission, who has a goal, and think, right, you can only do one thing at a time. Always remember that. You can only do one thing at a time. And first thing you should do that you easily can do, why do you have notifications on your phone? Like, let's be real, everyone's addicted to their phone. Even me and you are addicted to our phone. Even though we work on our phone, we still have an addiction to our phone.
Yep.
By having notifications, that's giving that addiction a mouth to speak to you and to tell you to come over. Like, at least duct tape your addiction's mouth, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you're doing something and you get a notification, just the noise will put you off, or you know someone needs to reply to you about something. That's going to put you off what you're doing. And it's so simple, cutting that out. But people will always make an excuse, and they'll protest behaviour.
I need it for this, I need it for that.
Yeah.
What if it's an emergency?
Yeah.
Fuck, when was the last time you ever got an emergency Instagram message? Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Catch yourself on.
Like, what? There's no emergencies. Like, all right, of course, if your mum's in trouble, that'll be an emergency. But keep your ring on and just tell your parents or your family members, if you need me in an emergency, call me.
Yeah, I said to my own, I'm like, do not WhatsApp me, because I'll not see it. If you ever need me, either send me a fucking iMessage or just give me a ring, because otherwise you'll be waiting a few hours for a reply.
Yeah, so call out, I think you need to
because man's got shit to do. Oh fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
So yeah, another one that's helped me actually is, I don't know if you do this. This one's it's a bit hardcore. Like, it's a bit, it's not gonna be for everyone. No, not even that. It's just very high. It's just, what is it? So if you go into your phone, if you go into display and text, I believe the settings is, in general, display and text, and then color filters, you can turn like the color, you can swipe the color off. Because like, you think all the notifications on your phone, all these colors, just like triggers these dopamine hits. I think there was some like study behind it. So if you turn those off and put your phone in black and white, as like a fucking serial killer, or as if you're, I don't know, colorblind or something. Yeah. Limits those distractions as well. I do that and it helps me a lot. So
no, 100%, it does work.
Yo.
Hello.
Well, how's it going?
Hello.
All right.
It definitely works. Definitely. Because if you think about it, these apps, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Apple, not an app, Apple, all these companies have the smartest people working for them in the world. And they have one job, and that's to take the ambition out of you. Oh, it's this way. That's off the path. They have one job. It's to take the ambition out of you and to make it so you spend as much time as possible on their app. So they're going to use everything in the toolbox. They're going to use human psychology, humans' addictive tendencies, the dopamine that you get, the reward that you get, everything is in there. All the boxes are ticked to make it so you are their puppet, so you do what they want.
More time in their systems and making them more money.
Exactly. So
you need to cut that at the source.
Yeah, so you see when people say to me, oh, Owen, I couldn't cut out notifications. Oh no, Owen, I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. I'm like, that's okay, but you need to be okay with letting someone else control your life and someone else win. Whoever owns Instagram is winning and beating you. Because
Zuckerberg's laughing in your face.
Yeah. Zuckerberg is sitting. People get pissed off because like Zuckerberg is so rich. He's like filthy rich. And people get pissed off at that. But the thing is, you're making him rich. You know what I mean? Because you're on his app complaining about how rich he is. You know? Like, it makes no sense. Fucking, you're saying, oh, Jeff Bezos. I fucking hate Jeff Bezos. How did your iPhone get delivered? Was it Amazon?
All those wee Prime next day delivery parcels on your door in the morning.
Yeah. Like,
gotta admit though, that's how fucking handy is that, like?
I know. But like that's the thing. Like I'm not saying I support someone being able to have that much wealth, but he's solving a massive problem. People use his services every day.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's no different than you. You could be the next Jeff Bezos. You could be the next successful person, whatever industry you want to be in. But the distractions are holding you back.
Yeah. Like if you're angry at the amount of wealth that those individuals have generated, think of it this way: you're paid directly proportionate. Fucking tilt the camera right there. Catch me off guard again.
Podcast is
just fucking zooming out the way halfway across the mountain.
Still a good view. Like.
The amount of income you receive over your lifetime is going to be directly correlated to the impact that you can have on someone's life. So, like, if you think, like, for Zuckerberg, for example, he's providing entertainment and some sort of value to is billions of people now? Billions of people?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think there's like.
I think there was a study recently. Facebook was like if Facebook was a nation, it'd be like the third most populated nation in the world. So like fucking China, or is it China's at the top, or China and India are at the top, and they have like 2 billion or 1 billion each. Then Facebook would be third. So you think they're providing value, entertainment, whatever it may be, to billions of people? Of course, they were the source of that creation. So their wealth is going to be directly correlated to that. So if you want to live the quality of life that you want to and actually build a better future in yourself, you need to start looking at how you can impact other people and have, maybe you're not going to start the next Facebook or Instagram, but focus on impacting people, solving problems and bettering their quality of life, and that will help you better your own. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. It all depends what you want to do. Like, I know myself. Like, not everyone has to be a business owner, but it's what pisses me off isn't that everyone is a business owner. I don't want it. Like, not everyone wants to do that. What pisses me off is that everyone has something they want to do, and they're not doing that. And it's because of these distractions. You know, and it's because of these self-limiting beliefs that are applied on them, and the way they speak about themselves. I'll try, maybe.
I hate that word.
Hopefully.
See, when a client texts me, I'm like, I'll try and do this. Oh, it's probably the biggest. I doubt any of my clients are listening, but if they are, please do not come to me with the words "I'll try." Because like if you're telling yourself you're going to try, you're allowing yourself to go on and fail. You say, "Oh, but I only said I'd try. I didn't make that promise to myself." Fucking tell me you're going to do it, or tell me you're not going to do it. Either way, I know what the crack is. Like, I'll say to my ones all the time. Mum will be like, and again, this is going to sound very like egotistical, but Mum will be like the odd time. She's like, could you empty the dishwasher later on? I don't tell her I'll try. I'll just tell her if I know I've got a busy day ahead. Fucking hell, this is the worst tripod ever. If I know I've got a busy head, I'll just straight up say, Mum, I'm not doing it. Because if I tell her I'll try, she's gonna get home. She's gonna be disappointed. The dishes aren't done. I'm gonna be. I would rather someone else be honest with me, told me straight up and say it's not happening. I'd be like, fair enough. At least I know where you stand now, rather than you trying to pull the wool over your eyes and mine as well.
Exactly.
So yeah, don't say I'll try. Fucking do it or don't.
And if my clients listen to this, they know the crack too. Like, I have informed them, and I always use this analogy, and I think this analogy is the one that always gets people. If me and you, Taylor, were going on a holiday tomorrow,
Yeah.
you'd be buzzing, wouldn't you?
Well, it depends.
Like, I can't wait to go.
Where we're going.
Like, somewhere good, Marbella. You'd be like, I can't wait to go to Marbella with McGinn.
Yeah.
And
then I spend like a day with you. I'm like, fuck, I'm
Yeah.
sick of this cunt.
Of course.
I'm
but
joking.
you would be excited beforehand, wouldn't you?
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, yeah.
You would be so buzzing. Now imagine Marbella was tomorrow. On
Yeah.
our flight, it was 6:30 in the morning. And you said, you text me, McGinn, I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
And I said, you were like, oh yeah, well, do you have your bag packed and all? I'm like, I think so. I'll try. Yeah, hopefully I'll make that flight. You would never say, you know what you would do if you had a holiday tomorrow? You would book your taxi to the airport.
Yeah.
You would have your bag packed.
Yeah.
You would have a plan in place. You would know the exact time of your flight. You would be crystal clear on a plan on what
Yeah.
you need. But when it comes to changing your life for the better, taking control of your life and actually living a life that you want, going to the gym, serving yourself, then it's like, oh yeah, I'll try to hit my steps. You would never say I'll try to go on holiday.
Yeah.
So you need to take that same level of discipline to your life. And when you do that, your life changes.
Boom.
Know what I mean? Changes everything. Everything, man.
There we are.
So yeah, no tries, maybe.
No try. Do it or don't do it, and then
Do it or don't.
get on with it.
Yeah. So it's all that. It's like how you speak about yourself. It's what you say about
I think
yourself.
the promises that you make to yourself, they are like they're so pivotal in determining your self-worth. Like, because if you tell yourself, I always say like the biggest battle that you're going to lose like in the day is the first one, hitting the snooze and the alarm. I know you obviously talk a lot about that yourself, but like you go to bed, you set the alarm, you're like, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. You're accepting defeat before you've done a single thing in the day. So don't snooze the alarm, get up, get on with it. Shit needs done, get the workout done, do your fucking yoga on the mat in the morning, or do your meditation, or go and I don't know, read a chapter of a book, or whatever it is that you need to do first thing in the morning. Go and get it done. Don't be hitting snooze. You're more than that. You're worth so much more, and so are the promises you make.
Yeah. Exactly, brother.
Mate, I'm getting out of breath here. Holy fuck.
Do you want to take a break?
Cardio? No. I'm good. We'll just
It's because you're putting so much.
On. I know.
It's because you're doing so much work with that cameramanship.
See, I'm not good at working out physically and mentally at the same time. I like to do one or the other.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really.
Oh no,
I don't normally like reply to, unless I'm really pushed for time. I don't like to reply to messages or like work on the phone at the same time as I'm doing steps, because I heard it on a podcast ages ago, but I like to exercise the mind, let the body rest, and then exercise the body, let the mind rest, because otherwise I just get burnt out. But I don't know, some people are different. That's what works for me.
No, fair enough. That makes sense. And yeah, I just think first thing in the morning, you do the thing that you probably are the most likely not to do. Thing that you
get that first win.
do it
Get
then.
it in the bag. Get it done.
Do it when you're first up, because that's when you're most powerful. You know, that's when you're actually going to fall through.
Boom.
And I'll leave it with this. I heard this in a podcast, and I just want to say, most of the people you hear online, most of their information is being got from experience, or else like hearing someone else say it. So like, okay, hello.
Well.
So like I'm okay saying like, all right, I heard this in a podcast.
Yeah.
But I've also realised this from experience too. So like, I've heard it in podcasts, plus I've realised how through like the rejections that I've done, how this makes so much sense. There are certain fears that you have, and it could be approaching a woman, could be starting that business, could be walking into the gym for the first time, or getting to the next level of that. And you're gonna have a fear of that, but if you think about it, as a human, back in like the caveman days, whenever you had a fear like that, that fear would make sense because it led to death. Like if you feared going into the forest to get berries because you thought a tiger was gonna eat you, that's actually a pretty valid fear.
But yeah.
Because the tiger could have torn you apart. Whereas now, if you approach the girl, worst case scenario, she says no, and you walk on. There's nothing worse that can really happen. Maybe her boyfriend sees you, but like, you know what I mean? Most people aren't going to assault you in today's day and age. Or maybe it's just because I have so many bodybuilder friends. But like, now that death will not come, and you need to get clear on that. The death does not come. But see, at the same time, the things that actually do kill you, people don't see. So back in, we'll say hello to these people first and then I'll explain. This is a really good concept. Like, I mean, this concept, I was listening in bed. Hello guys.
Well, how are you?
So here's this concept, because I want to explain it now. So back in the caveman days, back in your ape days, when you were an ape,
Yeah.
the things that would have killed you, you would have feared. And the things that you did, like just naturally as a habit, would have helped you. So you would have naturally got good sleep. You would have naturally ate good. You would have naturally like had a good, probably family life, have a wife, you know what I mean? You would mate, all that. That would all serve you, and the things that you were scared of was actually, it was very valid and would have saved you. Whereas now it's the opposite. So as I said there, if you do the thing that scares you, that gets a reward, like asking a girl for the number, starting the business, if you feel it's actually not bad,
Yeah.
but if you succeed, like anything can happen. You get exactly what you want. But the opposite is true. The things you do habitually will actually kill you. Scrolling all day, rotting your brain, that's going to get you depressed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eating junk food, which people just naturally do, that's literally going to kill you. But people don't fear that. They don't fear the thing that's actually going to kill them, but they fear the thing that's not going to kill them. And that's how fucked the world is now. You know? You agree?
Yeah, I've never heard that before, but that really is eye-opening.
Yeah.
Love that.
Like, it's fucked. It's fucked. Like, we're focusing on the wrong shit. We're worried about the wrong stuff. Oh, what's that person gonna think of me? It doesn't matter. Look at what you're eating every day. You know what I mean? Look at your health. Look at what are you might, you know you can be better and you might hate your life, but you're more worried about the thing that's actually gonna help you.
Facts.
Like, what? We are fucked.
So there we are.
But yeah, that's it.
Well, how do you normally wrap these up? Do you normally ask a question, or?
I've got a wee wrap up, yeah.
Oh,
well,
right,
actually,
okay.
I've got one wrap up. Well, actually, no, I'll get you to do it at the end.
All right, sweet. Sweet.
But yeah, just to wrap it up. All right, guys, I don't normally do this on podcasts.
Oh fuck!
At all.
Here? Oh god, I'm scared. He's gonna get me to fucking skinny dip in this river here.
No. I don't normally do this on podcasts at all. But we haven't done a proper intake from January. We're actually opening doors for DialledIn 2.0. The last month and a half, I have just literally, you've noticed I probably haven't really been doing much content. Me and Taylor used to film content all the time. That's because I've been focusing on DialledIn, rebuilding things out. We finally set everything up. We're opening doors this Wednesday. So if you're a wimp, I don't want you. If you do want to change, you do want to take control of your life, and even if you just want a wee bit more information, send me the message time, because we're opening doors this Wednesday. They'll be closing Friday, and then we're back to basic business. So yeah, that's my hard pitch. Like, I never hard pitch or ask for clients on podcasts. But
You salesy cunt. Let's throw the phone in this river.
But it's true, we'll finish up here. I'll get this in the back.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, guys, so if you do want to make a bit of a change, just let me know. We can have a chat. If not, that's fine too. That's completely perfect. I hope the podcast has helped anyway. Besides that, as I always say, if you want to rate and review the podcast. And I hope these are helpful, because sometimes you might think you're waffling, I might think I'm waffling, but like, if they help, that means a lot, because then I know what to lean in on. I know what content to make that's actually going to help you. So like, let me know, send me a message on Instagram what actually you took away from this. Because it's important to take things away from podcasts, because it's easy to just listen to these podcasts and never do anything, because mental masturbation. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Taylor, you've listened to my podcast before. You know how it ends.
Correct.
You need to say something.
It's time to dial in.
Oh no, you need to turn it right. It's time to dial in, guys, and then
it's time to dial in.
See you later, guys. Perfect.